Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the lower bracket elimination match between Alliance and T1. Loser of this match will be leaving TI and going home, while the winner will progress forward in the tournament. Coming into this match, Alliance and T1 have been both in the same side of the groups. With T1 faring incredibly better than Alliance. Alliance ended up just making it out of the group stage, was the last team to qualify in the groups,
5 seconds.
But have since beaten Beast Coast in a best of one elimination and are now sitting here in the lower bracket. T1, on the other hand, made it into the upper bracket, lost against PSG in a tight 3-game series, and have now dropped down to the lower bracket where they face off against Alliance. If we have a look at the opening bans, Tiny and Monkey King banned immediately out on the side of Alliance. Those meta picks are taken from the pool straight away so that T1 do not have access to them with the first pick. Tidehunter, Winter Wyvern, and Invoker banned out on the side of T1 along with Faceless Void just then as well. And generally in this TI so far, the meta has been team fight. So if you can remove the biggest team fighting heroes from the other team's grasp, then you are going to have an easier game. So Faceless Void, obviously the Chronosphere, Invoker with the Cataclysm, Winter's Curse on the Wyvern, Ravage on the Tidehunter. All of these heroes have very large team fight ultimates that can have a big swing on a fight. So let's have a look at our opening picks. Alliance grab the Snapfire and the Lion, two fairly active supports, two supports that can make plays by themselves, which is very important. If your 4 and 5 are very static and unable to do anything on the map, then it's not going to create any space for your cores, and they will just end up getting picked off, and you will be hunted instead of hunting the enemy. T1 have gone with the Magnus, big RP, probably going to be run in the POS 3 position, however, has been run in even the POS 1 or possibly the POS 2, but even run in the POS 1. I'm thinking of Sumail on OG running that in the POS 1 position in the group stage. Lena has been hotly contested as well. Hotly contested. Hotly contested. And is most likely to be the mid lane, but considering that T1 have picked the Mag and the Lena first up, I doubt that both of those are cores. So I'm thinking that the Lena might be a 4, possibly a 5, unless the Magnus. I can easily see Lena becoming a support over the Magnus. Ember Spirit being picked up on Alliance, that will no doubt be Limp's hero mid, leaving them still space to pick up S4's and Nico Baby's heroes. Excuse me, I'm just eating my dinner while we're drafting here, so don't mind me. T1 decide to go with the Bane, very strong lane support, and should be able to help secure the farm for their safe lane carry, whoever that ends up being. And that pick tells me that this Lena probably is going to be running as a 4, supporting the off laner. Crystal Maiden was actually banned out on the side of Alliance. That's an odd ban. Considering watching T1's game yesterday, the CM really didn't perform or really do a lot. However, I'm a massive CM fan, so respect bans for the CM. Please don't nerf.
5 seconds remain.
DK banned out as well, trying to get rid of the tempo. Obviously, Limp DK very strong. The Dawnbreaker pick. This was the pick in yesterday's draft against PSG in Game 2 that I thought really sealed the deal for T1. It just made their draft come together, and Zephyr, I believe it was, playing on the Dawnbreaker, was really able to work the map. get a lot of space and build up his farm. It actually ended up being more farmed than Cuckoo as the offlaner. So this Dawnbreaker pick does spell a little bit of trouble for Alliance. Alliance end up going for the Morphling. That we played by Nico Baby. Now, in terms of good morph targets, I mean the Magnus, just getting the Empower, getting that bonus damage on the Morphling is incredibly strong. And I think that would probably be the primary morph target currently for Morphling in the fights. Obviously the Skewer and the Shockwave, very good mobility and control as well.
5 seconds.
Morphling obviously not having access to the ultimates of the heroes that he morphs into. But he does get all the other spells. Just thinking carefully about their final bans on the side of T1. It is going to be an S4 hero to come out last. So they are looking to ban an Earthshaker, maybe even a Sand King. Legion Commander is still in the pool. These offlaners that S4 like to pick. Necrophos is still available, being picked up a bit by S4 recently as well. I wouldn't be surprised if the Necro comes out in this game. By the way, the TV dinner is going well. The chicken parmigiana is turning out very nicely. Final ban, Mars, which S4's played a lot through the DPC season. Now, he's played it a lot, but it's had questionable outcomes throughout the DPC. Some games it's appeared to just be godlike with his play on it. Other games seem to be fairly lackluster. It really depends on the lane that he gets. If he falls behind on the farm, it's very hard to pick that back up, and not necessarily hard to pick it up on Mars, but hard to pick it up the way that S4 likes to play Mars, because he wants to try and make as much space as he can for Limp and for Nico Baby. So if he falls behind on his lane, he's going to become almost a sort of POS 3.5 as the game progresses, because he's going to prioritize the farm on Nico Baby and Limp. Troll being banned, obviously. Troll, very strong hero by 23 Savage. The Medusa was also banned, a comfort pick for 23 Savage. So they're still looking for Savage's hero last. Whoever that may be, we're looking for some sort of perhaps damage. The Wraith King. So getting that second life, wanting to maybe survive against a Morphling shotgun, that might change the build that Nico Baby ends up going for, knowing that the Wraith King is in the game. Perhaps going for a more rushing towards the Skadi, so that you can control the Wraith King in the fights.
5 seconds.
Помогите, 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 помогите.
28 seconds left on the reserve time for Alliance and S4. And they go for the Sand King. That was the hero I suggested that T1 perhaps ban out, because that is a hero that's been picked up by S4 throughout the groups and the DPC. So I'm just finishing off my dinner just in time for the game to start. So you'll have my full attention. It does turn out to be a Cuckoo Magnus and a mid Lena. So T1 did actually end up picking their 2 and 3 first phase, which is fair enough. If you prioritize those heroes highly enough, you definitely do want to get them while they're still in the pool, knowing that that Lena probably would have been banned out second phase. Get the heroes that you want early, and then go back for your supports in the second phase. Very different draft to Alliance, who grabbed their supports first, prioritize the Snapfire and FNG's Lion before they went back for Limp and Nico Baby's heroes. Remember to hydrate if you're watching the stream. Here we go. Game 1, elimination between T1 and Alliance. Winner progressing, loser going home. The battle will begin. Quickly do our predictions.
Помогите, помогите, помогите,
Prepare
помогите.
for battle.
Okay. Alliance, smoking out mid with Limp and FNG. Their whole team is smoked, heading towards the river. Want to get those early wards down, secure the mid lane vision. Don't want to get them de-warded. They do end up popping their Observer on the north side of the river and their OBS a little bit higher. That's very unusual warding from Alliance. In fact, one sentry could actually get both of those. But probably not going to suspect that there are any wards over there. In fact, T1 have already dropped their sentry on the south side. So, do they have another one?
And counting.
Just checking. Zephyr perhaps. Zephyr still does have one sentry and one obs. So they may end up getting one of these wards on the top side. Both teams just skirting around, waiting for the runes to spawn. There's actually going to be a contest. Who's got the level 1, stronger level 1? Alliance are just going to back off and let T1 have it. So T1 will collect 3 opening runes and Alliance will just get the 1. So it's going to be S4 on his Sand King, joined by Handskin on the Snapfire, heading to the offlane for Alliance. They'll be up against 23 Savage, playing the Wraith King, and being supported by Whitemon on Bane. Mid lane is going to see T1's Carl playing his Lena up against Limp on his very comfortable Ember Spirit mid. And Alliance's safe lane will be FNG supporting Nico Baby on the Waterboy Morphling up against Cuckoo's Magnus and Zephyr's Dawn Breaker. Initial pressure coming up by Limp's level 2 to Carl's level 1. Just going to start pressuring under the tower. Does have the level 1 in Flame Guard and in Slight. Bottom lane, FNG, he's actually in the trees. He might be in a little bit of trouble. Starbreaker has already been used, so he will just walk it away. But he did take a lot of damage there. Probably a little bit unnecessarily from Zephyr. So, Carl leading the last hits right now. Closely followed by Nico Baby on his Morphling. Top lane, S4 has the level in the Caustic. Wants to try and pressure 23 Savage's Wraith King, obviously a melee hero. 23 Savage is taking a lot of hits from the creeps under the tower, but he will have the level in the Vampiric Spirit soon enough, and he will be just fine. Handskin here with the level in the Little Shredder. Will start pumping into Whitemon, but this is a Bane. He's got the level 1 Brain Sap, and he is going to be just forcing this Snapfire back. Handskin forced to use the Salve and a Tango early up. S4 is still level 1. Not yet level 2 to get that Sandstorm or the Sun, the Burrow Strike available. Bottom lane, FNG still being pressured by Zephyr. There could be an easy kill here bottom. Celestial Hammer into Starbreaker, and FNG will die very quickly. Nico Baby's got the Strength North. He should be fine. Lena's going to pause up the game. Limp actually giving him the tip. Sound, Whitemon saying. Something not quite right. I mean, oh, we're good to go. S4 does have level 2 yet. Now, haven't leveled the Sandstorm yet. Zephyr is punching. He's tempted. FNG holding on to the Hex and the Earth Splash. Didn't go for the early level in Mana Drain, realizing he's going to need both spells in this lane to try and keep him and Nico Baby alive against the Cuckoo, Magnus, and Zephyr on the Dawnbreaker. Water Rune still not taken bottom. Light Strike Away will hit over onto Limp, and both will get a Water Rune at either rune spot. Handskin has got the level 2, hasn't leveled the Cookie yet. In they go with the Hammer. FNG stuns them out, but Zephyr will come through with the slap, and the first blood will go over to Zephyr against FNG on this bottom lane. Clarity popped, so Zephyr will be able to combo again once FNG is back out there. Handskin just trying to pull the lane a little bit, not going to get the creeps. 23 Savage, not really wanting to come up against this Caustic Finale, will take a lot of damage from that level 1 Caustic. What's the explode damage on that? 70. Plus a max health, 10%, so lots and lots of damage. Whitemon will get off a stacked pull, so he will pull the wave back in T1's control. FNG will do the same. No, not the same bottom. Zephyr will actually get the pullback with the Hammer, so the creeps will come back into the lane. Top lane S4 has gone for the leveling Sandstorm now, so he can sort of safely contest the pulls against the Bane. Limp closing in on level 6, 1 level away. Carl the same, pretty much the same XP going either way. And the last hits, 21 to 20 mid. Lena slightly favored with the denies, as you would expect with a Lena. Very, very strong lane dominator. And he is just going to push Limp back with the bottle. We'll keep pushing him out. S4 did get the level in stun. Handskin just made it away by the skin of his teeth. Whitemon popping the clarity, so he has that Nightmare and the Brain Sap level 2 ready to go again. Salve being used on S4, so he's very healthy. Mango popped. Out comes the Nightmare. Pure damage coming through. Zephyr is rotated. He's going to have the Starbreaker. Stun coming out from S4 into the Sandstorm. Sentry laid down. Celestial Hammer coming through, and it'll be enough slow to catch him in the creeps, and S4 will be sent back to the well. Bottom lane, S4 going for this pull again, but again, Cuckoo is going to attempt to disrupt it. The big tomato will slap the creeps. He's going to try and keep getting this pull. They're getting a fair bit of damage on the creeps either way. Actually, will they go on to Cuckoo? They'll get him with the stun and the waveform. Level 2. And Cuckoo will go down. That's what you get for trying to contest a pull that perhaps you probably shouldn't have. You took a lot of damage contesting that pull, and at the end of the day you have to wonder, was it really worth it, Cuckoo? I'm not sure it was. 23 Savage, second on the last hits, actually equal with Nico Baby bottom, so both cores getting a fairly even start, a very strong start. So in that case, who really does better between a Wraith King and a Morphling as the game progresses? You have to almost favour the Morphling with the mobility. Wraith King is very timing oriented. You get a Blink Radiance and really start going in. You can just overpower the enemy, and they never really want to focus you down. Because you are a Wraith King, you have that second life, and you don't want to pump all your spells into someone who's just going to respawn and come back immediately. Cuckoo, still more than half a level from the RP if he even chooses to go for it. Nico Baby very happy with the Morbid Mask, so he'll be keeping his health title. Stun comes out on S4. Do they have detection? Yes, they do. With the dust. S4 gonna get cookied away over the edge of the cliff. Zephyr's there though with the Celestial Hammer, and he'll get him again. And the Courier kill on the way through. That Courier will not make it away, unlike the one that we saw in the short film contest. Hanskin though, he's getting stunned by Starbreaker. Hammer is up. Celestial Hammer is available, and Zephyr just senses that Limp is around. He probably could have committed for that kill, but he would have paid for it with his life. S4 just tipping back in, getting lots of this XP and gold under the tower. That should get him pretty close to level 6. Maybe not quite. Range creeps give him a lot, and the catapult is pretty close to level 6. A few more creeps. Stun coming out onto Cuckoo bottom with FNG following up with the slow, and Nico Baby will just punch him down. Actually, the mana drain taking away the mana for the skewer, so he just didn't have enough. Carl is sitting on a Laguna Blade mid, maybe perhaps looking to use that. There might be an engagement here. Zephyr's here, FNG following with the stun. He does have a Hex if he wants to use it, just baiting a little bit with Hanskin. Limp's come over with the Remnant, there's a regen room, Limp's going to pick it up. Carl's in trouble, he's rooted. And the outplays from Limp will dodge the spells. FNG living on low HP, but there is a Zephyr Dawnbreaker just lurking around the backlines. Alliance have actually smoked up with Hanskin and FNG, just looking to perhaps get some map control. They're going to see Zephyr coming over. They don't have enough damage among themselves. Cuckoo's here. He does have level 6, but no level in the RP just yet. Hanskin, he's bluffing. That's a bluff there from Hanskin. He whacks, stops, whacks. He was bluffing all the way to the bank there. And he sold it. I mean, if you're going to bluff, you really have to sell it. And FNG... or Hanskin rather, really did go for all in on that bluff. Zephyr almost level 6. The Solar Guardian will be soon online, probably looking to save one of their cores, perhaps the Lena or the Wraith King. S4, he's getting collapsed on. They have vision. Gonna stun on to Zephyr, but the follow-up will be there, and the next level of stuns. He's trying to juke it. He does juke the stun, but he can't juke the crits coming out from 23 Savage. Cuckoo now does have the Helm of the Dominator, so if you're looking to perhaps get a Dark Troll Summoner or perhaps a Centaur Wall Runner to try and help him just a little bit additional control. Limp is moving with FNG though. He is not yet with the level 6, so no Finger of Death available. Will be 10 minutes, so the books, Hanskin's probably going to buy the book. He has got it queued up, so he'll grab it straight away and send it out. So Hanskin will be level 6, and FNG will take some XP mid to get his level 6 as well. S4 does have a level in the Epi, along with the maxed out Sandstorm, so looking to be able to farm and provide the AoE damage in the team fights. Whitemon just trying to soak a little XP here from S4, but he will set up. LSA is going to come in. There's a DD on Carl. Out comes the Dawnbreaker. Stun. It's a little too late. He's going to try an Epi. No, he cancels it. Wisely cancels the Epi. Would have just used it and wouldn't have had enough damage to do anything with it. So bottom lane, Nico Baby, just loving this game so far. He is feeling very happy about his farm, but we'll just switch over to the top lane. FNG has his 6 with Limp. This is a dead Carl. He doesn't know it yet, but he will be going down. Finger comes out, and Carl disappears. Hanskin pushing with the catapult mid. Cardi doing the work. Lift coming out. Top lane, 23 Savage actually taking the off lane tower. Mortimer's Kiss is coming out onto Zephyr. Will it be enough? Yes. Reaches. Remember, Carl is still dead. So perhaps hanging around this mid lane by T1 was a little bit optimistic without their strongest hero on the map currently present.
Top tower is in danger.
S4 probably just looking to farm all these creeps. Get the skeletons and the double wave. So he'll get all of those. And he is moving nicely towards Blink Dagger. Still 1,300 gold away. But he'll be there soon enough. Limp has the Maelstrom. Increase in damage potential. And also farming with the Blightstone. So at the moment he's dealing a lot of physical and a lot of magical. Bane, Whitemon just denying the rune haste, but FNG will follow up with the stun. Limp, does he have another slight? Will it be enough? And with the right clicks coming out from FNG, but FNG, you may have gone a little too far. 23 Savage is here with the armlet and will just 2-hit you down. Zephyr finding the ward, keeping their triangle safe from the lurking movements of Alliance.
Radiant's bottom tower is in danger.
And Zephyr, I'm thinking, will look to play this Dawnbreaker in a very similar manner to how he played against PSG LGD. He will want to farm the other side of the map, a la a Spectre. Think about how a Spectre is going to farm the other side of the map and can join at any point. This is what this Dawnbreaker wants to do heading into the mid-game. The Ghost, the slow Ghost. Oh, Handskin, he's trying to get it. He's not going to have enough damage. He doesn't have any levels in the Scatter Blast. And he will resummon the Helm of the Dom Creep with the Dark Troll Summoner in the triangle.
To their middle tower. His bottom tower. Danger.
23 Savage with the Smoke Up. Has the Armlet and the Mithril Helmet. No Desolator yet. Whitemon does have the Fiend Script. This is what they want to use with this smoke. They're going to try and connect bottom on this tower. Tower push is coming in from Handskin. He doesn't want to get caught on the Mortimer. He needs those kisses to come out. Limp sitting on the back lines. But the swing is coming around from behind. They're going to catch him. Ward drops. They see Zephyr and 23 Savage. Stun's going to come out from FNG onto 23 Savage. Handskin's going to try and cookie away. But they've just sold Handskin out and they've left him in the lane so they can retreat with Nico Baby and S4 and FNG behind the tower. They do have an epicenter with a Vanguard on Sand King. It's actually very close to Blink Dagger, only 250 gold away. So if they make a move to take this tower, they need to be careful on T1. 62 gold, and you'll be able to send it out. Was that an RP? Just pump faking it. Heard the sound, didn't accidentally use it, you know, never know. Pro players, they are human, so you never know when they might just accidentally pump fake one too many times and put it on cooldown. S4 does have the blink being sent out to him, so he will be ready to move with that epicenter. He would like to probably get level 2 epi. It is a not a significant damage increase, but the pulses is really what you're looking for, the increase in pulses and really the decreased cooldown. Level 1 epi is actually very strong for the 6 pulses that it does do. Sleep coming out on to FNG. S4's there with the Sandstorm and the stun. Mortimer following up with the cookie, and Whitemon will go down. Top lane, Nico Baby just getting all the space in the world, and here it is. Where as soon as that Wraith King pick came out for 23 Savage, I said perhaps that will change up Nico Baby's build. He's probably going to definitely want to rush that Ive Skadi so he can try and control this 23 Savage in the fights. And that's what he's gone straight for, and he's only 780 odd gold away from it. So Nico Baby looking to be very, very tanky, very, very strong, and have the control for the rest of his team on this Wraith King early in the game. Wraith King, if he gets to hit, he's going to deal damage. Limp coming out with the slight chains. FNG and Handskin just weighing up their options, not wanting to commit. It is a level 2 reincarnation now, so only 130 second cooldown. That leaves the timings a little short, bit of a shorter window for Alliance in between those reincarnations until he gets to level 18, where it's pretty much up permanently. Well, with a 40 odd second cooldown, I believe. Let's have a look. Yeah, 60 second cooldown. 60 second cooldown. So every minute pretty much always going to be up. Carl does have the BKB, so strong timing coming out and the Blink Dagger on Magnus. They're looking for a Blink RP into Light Strike Array and Laguna Blade on the bottom lane. Whitemon's here with the Fiend's Grip as well, but FNG and S4 sense that there's something not quite right. FNG is going to get caught and picked off, but S4 will safely make it away. And it does look like T1 might actually commit for this tower. Top lane, Nico Baby is farming. And has the Skadi. Carl is TPing in on the Lina. Plenty of mana to work with. BKB available as well. Very tanky, 1600 HP. Will try and get the stun from the trees. Will they have enough to burst it? Yes, they will. The Fiend's Grip's coming out along with the Laguna. And that will be the end of Nico Baby. Getting that stun from the tree line. Just to start the initiation. The strength morph not getting off. Even without the strength morph. And he was strength predominantly into Agi there. You saw how long it took for Nico Baby to go down. If he does manage to get that strength morph off, I don't think they have enough damage without 23 Savage hitting to actually burst the Nico Baby morphling. DD in the river outside Roche. They're going to take Alliance of Stacks with the Empower on 23 Savage, something we haven't actually mentioned so far this game. Magnus with the maxed out Empower, giving it to 23 Savage. He deals a lot of damage and it solves one of Wraith King's not so large issues. Oh, Limp's coming in, trying to force out the spell. Taps BKB. They're going to get the RP onto two of Alliance, and Alliance are crumbling in the middle river. Limp's going to run away. And I think with that DD, they're probably going to head straight into the Roche Pit. No, they see Nico Baby. They know he's here. He got the strength morph off though. But even with the strength morph coming off, that DD on 23 Savage, my goodness. He just cut him in half. So T1 will take a Roche fairly uncontested. Aegis going over to Carl. I love it when teams don't give the Aegis to the Wraith King. He's already got a second life. Please don't give the Wraith King a third life. If he's going to die once, if he's going to die twice, he's going to die 3 times. Bottom lane, Limp has been caught, and that will be it. Limp went for that Sange before going to the BKB. You have to wonder whether that was the right call. Blink now up on 23 Savage. So not only does he crit and cleave, he is blinking on top of the supports. FNG luckily does have the blink dagger. He's TPing bottom, looking to help out. S4, Hanskin's here as well. Whitemon's going to get the grip over on S4. He's tanky with the Vanguard. Nico Baby, waveforms in. He's hitting with the Skadi into Whitemon, but out comes the sleep again. And Alliance, they just don't have enough. In comes the Mortimer's Kisses from the downtown, but it's a little too late. Nico Baby's already gone. Hanskin is going to try to TP out, and he will. Not even using... Well, the Aegis did go down on Carl, but 23 Savage still with second life. They didn't even manage to kill him once. Right now, Alliance are feeling very trapped in their base and unable to really move out on the map. With this Blink Dagger on the Wraith King, he can pretty much threaten almost anyone with a Blink Stun. But they're going to smoke out. They want to try and get a pick. The Epicenter is up with the maxed out Stun and Sandstorm. If they can even just get a couple of supports on T1, get a little bit of map control back. Whitemon doesn't really have a way to escape. The bigger kill would be Carl. He does have a BKB, but he's going to TP top. They're going to see it. Are they going to? They're drawing the line top. Handskin just showing the mid wave. He's going to cost. It's going to cost him his life. Stun will come out, and 23 Savage will get him. But meanwhile, top, they get the initiation on to Lena. So, trade for trade, but that's a pos for snap onto, as opposed to the Lena of T1. Alliance will take that trade. They would have preferred for Handskin not to die mid, but he almost offered himself up to prove that they were there. But now, Zephyr leading in with the pipe popped. Alliance, they're probably going to have to get out of dodge. Or they want to fight. FNG will go down immediately. Okay, baby. Just trying to juke a little bit in the trees. S4 is here with the counterplays if they want to go in. If they can catch Cuckoo with the epicenter. They do have the Mortimer's Kisses on Whiteman on the back lines. S4 still living. Nico Baby's in. He's going to try and kill this Bane. Very, very important. Bane goes down. Offers too much control in the fight. And 23 Savage is BKBing. He cancels the TP. Feels safe to continue farming. He doesn't need to get out. So, positive fight there for Alliance. They do find a little bit. Gold change 862 towards Alliance. XP just over 800 gain extra. So they do find a little bit. They've stemmed the bleeding, if nothing else. T1 though are looking monstrous on this 23 Savage rating. Every time we go over to him, he's got another item. So he had the BKB in that fight. Had grabbed the blink before that. The Deso, he's just accelerating his farm extremely quickly. And you can see the graph here. As I said, it's just going to stop the bleeding. That team fight there from Alliance. Top lane, Zephyr sitting behind Cuckoo. Oh, just gets the blink out in time before the Slider Fist comes through to cancel it. Handskin is just sitting in the trees. 43 seconds on Mortimer Kisses. Smoke coming out from T1 though. Cuckoo does have the blink RP. No Fiend's Grip for 20. 23 Savage still with the reincarnation, so he's ready to go. That smoke is just scouted by Limp onto 23 Savage. He will grab a haste, and they've scanned bottom. They know where Alliance are. Carl sitting in the trees. But S4 knows. Knows where it is. They're going to try and back out. Let the Dawnbreaker go in. Double stun coming out from FNG. Horn toss of S4. He's getting focused into the Sandstorm. Vision will come out. LSA will grab him in the trees. Handskin though, juking for his life. He will go down. He probably would have been better off just running down the lane. He may have lived for a touch longer. But there was a ward on the lane here, so there was no way he was ever going to get out of that situation. And just like that, T1 continue the momentum.
Regeneration.
Nico Baby is keeping his farm up. He's heading in for the Lincoln Sphere, not that far away from it. He wants to just be able to live a little longer. Lincoln Sphere into the lifesteal with the Satanic. Whitemon actually looking for the BKB. So he will have a BKB Fiend's Grip. And just look over on the side of Alliance, there is nothing. Nothing that can cancel that BKB. So if he gets the BKB Fiend's Grip off, this Bane cannot be stopped. That will be 6 seconds of the Fiend's Grip on that single target. And Alliance cannot do a thing about it. Of course they can currently. He doesn't have the BKB yet. But that is what he is working towards. S4's next item looks to be the Yules. Wants to be able to kite around a little bit more, maybe offer a little more control in the fights. Handskin has gone for the Solar Crest, looking for the Blink Shard. Very much the meta build currently on position 4 Snap, enabling you to blink in and provide that AoE stun. But look at 23 Savage, he's level 20, he's got the cleave. Plus 25% cleave, plus the empower. This guy, he slices. Alright, stun coming out from S4 with the follow-up from FNG with the Earthspite. Hex on to Cuckoo. S4 holds the epicenter. Zephyr playing on the other side of the map though. This is how he wants to play. Doesn't really want to be with his team the whole time. He wants to try and get additional farm. If we switch over to the net worth, we can see that Zephyr is at the top of the supports because he's being able to play away from his team and get that additional farm, being able to ult in whenever he has or his team has a problem. I mean, Zephyr, he's strong. He's got the pipe, the mech, the holy locker. He's probably going to be looking to go for an Ags next. Increase that heal and those pumps of the heal. And pretty much to have a stun on a stick if he instantly wants it. Nico Baby has the Lincolns and is looking to go into the Ags. Wants to cast out on allied heroes. Who does he really want? Stun coming out on to 23 Savage with the Earth Spike. They're slowly controlling him. Chains. Will he burn down? No, they don't get the first life out of 23 Savage. Just holding that BKB the whole time, knowing that if he does go down once, he wants to be able to have the BKB for the second life. But look at this. And we go back to 23 Savage and he's got an AC. This man is scary. Smoke out from Alliance, but T1 are sitting on a bit of a high ground here. They want to try and catch him at the river. They know the team's sitting behind. They can't go on 23 Savage. That is not the target they want. Limp does have the BKB now and looking to go for the Halberd next. Try and control this 23 Savage. He's got the Elven Tunic. He's got a bit of evasion, extra move speed, extra attack speed now. Whitemon getting close to that BKB, but Carl is in the pit with the Helm Creep. And FNG will just disappear. I think he might have just got one shot, honestly. Got the ward and then got one shot. And the Aegis will go into the hands of Carl. Shard will go over to Wraith King, which of course allows him to have no mana cost and to spawn skeletons when reincarnation is triggered. Just a nice improvement for the Wraith King. Not something that's essential, particularly this game. There is a line with the mana drain, so there is a chance that you may have just lost enough mana. But now that is not the case. S4 coming out with the stun and the burrow. Dust is popped. They don't get him with the dust though. Sandstorm's actually cancelled, or he walked out of the range. Cuckoo giving Carl the Empower as well. A lot of people don't realise Empower actually increases damage as well as cleave. So Empower is still very useful on ranged heroes, particularly ranged heroes that are dealing a lot of damage.
Can't outrun a wildfire.
Bounty, which my matriarch will pride.
Bottom lane, Limp is just playing in the trees. He will get Hex though. Did he not check the Hex on Carl? We just guessed that he had enough survivability to last that one out. He did have the Flame Guard active, so he's probably just counting on that to help him survive. And Carl is huge as well. They catch Nico Baby with the RP. Fiend's Grip does get cancelled. Nico Baby's going to have a chance to get spells off, but S4 goes down. He does have buyback. Hex coming out onto Nico Baby. LSA will go out. S4 will buy back. Starbreak will come through and continue the stun, but Earth Spike cancels the Zephyr ultimate. S4 coming in with the epicenter with the burst, looking to try and get 23 Savage down and Zephyr. Zephyr goes down. Limp goes in with the BKB and the Remnants. Will take down 23 Savage's first life. Whitemon will fall as well. 23 Savage is under the tier 3. Sand King is sandstorming. Finger comes out and 23 Savage will go down. Alliance with the team fight. The buyback coming out from S4 just being able to turn it around.
Strength renewed and purpose with it.
FNG making some very clutch plays in that fight as well with the Earth Spike. Able to get a couple of multi-hero stuns. And with that fight, what was the gold change? 3,200, 9,000 XP change back to Alliance. That is huge. They definitely needed that fight. That was with Aegis on Carl as well. He's actually still got the Aegis, ironically. Another 2 minutes and 8 seconds on the Aegis. Now they just need to be a little bit careful here, Alliance, not to overstay their welcome. They did use buybacks to win that last fight. Nico Baby does have the Ags. Oh, the Ags with the Sand King, that's who he wants to copy. He wants to copy S4. Carl's going to try and get the stun from the trees. Nico Baby, he's silenced. Cookie to save him. Limp, though, is in on the back lines with S4, but they will go down. Staying a little bit too long, and S4 of course does not have the buyback, so they will need to retreat very quickly. Limp is going to get caught, does have a BKB, will pop it, and TP out, no! He didn't have any remnants, he didn't really have much of a choice there, but the RP will be committed to get Limp. He does have buyback if T1 decide to overstay their welcome again. T1 now pushing down the mid tower. 23 Savage is going to start beating. He's got the empower damage. He's got the Zephyr Dawnbreak behind with all the heals, with all the buffs, and these racks will fall very quickly, particularly the Skeletons hitting. But 23 Savage, he's not done. They're heading bottom. Carl blinks in with the Hex. LSA follow up and the stun. They're out. Buybacks coming out from Limp and on Handskin. Nico Baby does get the strength morph off. 23 Savage will continue to hit these back. This racks. Carl, what are you going to do? He's going to keep hitting with the Empower. I mean, right now, unless they get some God tier initiation over onto 23 Savage, and probably more so the backlines, they just can't get rid of him. They need the Whitemon Bane to go down, but Bane, he's now sitting on a BKB. He's got a BKB level 3 Fiend's Grip ready to go. So, what are they going to do to stop him? He can just Fiend's Grip this Nico Baby morph once the Lincolns has been popped, which he has 2 spells to do. And he's not going to last. He can strength morph all he wants, but if 23 Savage is pounding on top of him, that's it. Alliance smoking out mid, though. They've gone the wrong direction if they want to find T1, because T1 are bottom. T1 are looking to make a play through the base bottom. Are they going to smoke through the base? Yes, they are. They're trying to smoke through the base. They're going to go into Alliance's base and realize that nobody's home. There is absolutely nobody home in Alliance's base. They're here. They snuck in the dark of the night. And okay, well, there's no one here. We may as well just hit the buildings, right? There's creeps are here. 23 Savage decides that's just what he's going to do. S4. Sandstorm up. Burrow Strike in along with the Earth Spike. Going to suck some of his mana away, but Carl is just hitting the towers from the backline. Handskin, he wants to get off. A good Mortimer's Kisses, trying to sneak through the trees. Down the left-hand side. S4 does have the Yules now. Nico Baby with the Ags. Looking to copy S4, most likely to get the double Burrow Strikes. Of course, he does have the Ags upgrade, so Burrow Strike will have a longer cast range. Very similar to the copying up on the Earthshaker, double Fissure, double Burrow Strike stun. But S4 does not yet have Ags of his own. It doesn't look like he's going to be heading for it either. It looks like he's going for the Aeon Disc. Realizes his job to just try and survive a little bit longer, draw attention away from Nico Baby and Limp so that they can go ahead and do the killing, while S4 just tries to live. Goes in, gets off his spells, they get focused, the Aeon Disc procs, he then can Yules to delay a little bit longer. That is the plan currently on S4. Has he got the blind yet? No, blind at level 25, so got level 18, but the catch onto S4, he's going to get skewered out of the base, by Cuckoo. And he's down for 59 seconds without buyback. This is a massive part of the team fight of Alliance because Nico Baby has invested this Ags. And who's he going to copy now? Maybe Limp? And 23 Savage just goes in buyback, coming out from FNG. Hex onto Limp, and he's got no buyback either. Nico Baby's gone in, but it's the BKB Fiends grip, and that is GG, called by Alliance. Game 1 of this elimination lower bracket between T1 and Alliance.